This is Monster Train 2. And Monster Train 1 was one of my favorite games. To be honest, I preferred it to Slay the Spire, although it sort of had a little bit less replayability for me due to difficulty reasons. But I loved Monster Train 1 to bits, and I'm really looking forward to playing some Monster Train 2. All I've done so far is completed the tutorial and the first Covenant 1 run, so let's get right into a new run. And I'll be playing with the default clan combination, which is Banished, Pyreborn, Proto Heartcage. I don't have the ability to do anything special here. And having unlocked Covenant 2, I'm now having additional enemies in my fights. So let's get into a run and start explaining what little I know about the game. When you start a run, you get to see what your major bosses are throughout the run and what your randomized starting cards are. So for us, we have Seraph Eternus, chosen of the Dominion. This version of Seraph applies Corruption 2 to all of your units every turn and double Corruption on strike, and that takes damage at the end of the turn. So I'm gonna need some form of durability to deal with that, otherwise I'll just kill all of my monsters way before I'm able to kill him. Archaon and Kale are the only mini-bosses I've seen so far. I don't know if there are others, I assume there are. My random cards are Challenge, which is a 1-cost advance, which moves your unit to the front. Apply Melee Weakness 1, so probably want to use that on enemies. It's a bit of a weird card, actually, because Advance is useful for moving your own guys around. There are plenty of units in the Banished clan with Shift that benefit from being moved around, but applying Melee Weakness 1 to them doesn't sound good. And if you're moving the enemy team around, usually the things in the backline are so weak that Melee Weakness is unnecessary. I'm not really sure what this card is for yet. We'll figure it out together. We also got a Snotty Whelp. This is my first card that actually has an ability on it, Jelly Sneeze. I'm assuming I can just click it and do it whenever I want. Cooldown 2, deal 1 damage with applied Pyrogel 10 to the front enemy unit. We'll figure out that as well. And Magma Cultist. Incant, so whenever I play a spell, it does a thing, and it applies Pyrogel to enemy units, which is a increase to all damage they receive. I like the Magma Cultist. I like him a lot. The last time I played this, I was very much doing a killing floor, top floor, stacking and spamming spells sort of thing, which historically in Monster Train 1 was great as well. I really like Odie's Totem. I got this towards the end of my first run. It gives you less mana on your first turn and a lot more mana on future turns. It's a little bit greedy. It makes it much easier to play with like 3-cost spell strategies. I'm gonna take this, and if I grow to regret it, well, we're learning. I'm very new to the game. For Fel, with any hero, you see 2 of its 3 possible upgrades when you upgrade it. When you start your run, you get a relic choice like I just showed, and you get 2 of 3 possible hero upgrades to pick from. My first run, I took Revenge, apply Valor 1 to friendly units. I figured that would be really useful, but then not long after, I got an ally that gave my units quick, and I sort of stopped getting attacked and stopped benefiting from the Revenge. Savior, on the other hand, is a cooldown 3, gain Valor 5, which is... Ah, man. I just look at this, and the stats as a baseline are so much worse, right? Well, that's not true, right? If I'm doing a killing floor on the top floor, it has to get hit a lot before this one's worse, doesn't it? Because Valor 5 takes getting hit 5 times, whereas Savior would just go off on turn 1 and again on turn 3, or 4, whichever. And it's taking a while to get 10 Valor from the other one. I'm gonna try this. It's actually looking to me like, especially if I get the quick aura like I got last time, Savior might be the better option. So anytime you have a fight, you get to preview what the enemies are. I'm gonna be skipping through that like a degenerate and then being surprised when bad things happen to me, because that's how I work. And you have the option of trials. Draw -1 each turn is definitely pretty bad. I'm still going to do it because I am a greedy idiot. If you know anything about me, you know that. So let's get into this first fight. And in Monster Train, enemies come in on the first floor, they ascend the train floor at a time until they get to the pyre, and if they kill the pyre, you lose. We'll get more to combat in a second. You also have a deployment phase, unlike Monster Train 1. You draw every card in your deck with I think every card, there might be a limit, haven't played that much. But you draw the cards in your deck with the blue banner, these will show up in deployment phase. And normally, if I didn't have this totem, I would have 5 mana to play them. Or 4 mana to play them. But because I have Odie's Totem, instead of having a 4 mana deployment phase, I have a 2 mana deployment phase, and then I'll have 1 extra mana on all my other turns. I think because I'm being reduced in draw, I'd actually rather play Magma Cultist later and get these guys out of the deck now. When you play a unit, you only get it once. If it dies, it's gone for the entire rest of the fight. There's no redrawing them. Oh, I have a tutorial on this because I've never done it before. Nice. Click the unit to activate its ability. Abilities go on cooldown for a few turns after use. I wonder if you can't activate them the turn you play them, or if I just messed up. Well, fun fact, in this game, you can restart a battle whenever you want, and I can edit things to speed this up, so let's figure it out. Oh, that's not what it is. It's not the turn you play it. It's just disabled during deployment phase. Okay. Anyway, back to where we were. So these guys have spikes too, hitting them hurts me, not a huge deal. The incant guy only takes up 1 space, so I can put a train steward back here. I'm probably better off putting one down here. He's gonna kill himself pretty immediately. I'll put this one up here. Kill that guy. And use Just Cause to apply 2 Valor to this guy, my guy. And what Valor does is it's plus 1 attack per stack, and then at the end of combat, your armor increases to the stat count if it is less than that. I can also use that ability, put it on 3-turn cooldown, and gain 5 Valor immediately. I wonder if it was worth, like, throwing him on the bottom floor to deal with these guys. No. Historically, I'm just, like, in Monster Train. If I don't have a reason not to do 3rd floor killing floor, I should be doing 3rd floor killing floor. I have a fire starter to deal with this imp, so that's good. Everyone loves a good loot goblin. Let's put Magma Cultist up here like I always planned to. Apply melee weakness 1. Well, it seems like killing this guy's better than not killing that guy. It also results in me taking less damage from not attacking the Thorns dude. I feel like things are well under control despite the -1 card per turn. We have space for the steward. Oh, I have a Snotty Whelp though. Ability Jelly Sneeze. No room for him there. Okay. The extra mana is incredibly nice. I'm gonna put this train steward here. I'm gonna put Snotty Whelp up top. What's the cooldown on this? Cooldown 2? Not much reason to click it now, though. Oh, tell me how you feel about the combat animations. I currently have them set to speed 3. At default speed, it feels way too slow for me. At double speed, it feels just a little bit too slow. I'll play with it like this for a second so that people can see what it looks like. If people... I have another Snotty Whelp. I didn't know I had so many of these dudes. Oh, I got 2 of them in my random cards. I see. So I can throw them there. If I move this guy forward, I'm probably losing a Snotty Whelp because of it, unfortunately. I could advance this guy instead. What I can do is I can just cause the cultist forward. He will take 5, then 2, and live. And then I can switch them back later. I can also throw this and just ignore the guy on the bottom entirely. By doing this... Oh, for sure that would kill the one in the back. You know, let's just do that correctly, because I realize now I could have killed the one in the back. So, like I was saying... If we just do the other Just Cause first... Oh, it's only -50. I thought that would be enough increased damage to kill him. That's unfortunate. It means I'm taking damage and I can't really avoid it. Because the Jelly Sneeze does no initial damage, right? Oh, wait. It does 1 initial damage, which means the second Jelly Sneeze gets him. Alright, we got there. Learning the game. Oh, I should have clicked this ability. No, because in this situation, I was specifically trying to do it differently. It no longer applied. It doesn't matter. See, like, this is much more watchable. The user experience here for a viewer might be much better. I don't know. But from my perspective, with how long the combats can go, I feel like I want it on Ultra. You tell me as the viewer how you feel about it. Anyways, let's get this sorted. Another melee weakness. Go some more Pyro Gel. I don't know. I feel like the Valor strat is probably not going to be as viable at High Covenant once I am at High Covenant. But right now, Valor is just incredibly powerful as a baseline. It's simultaneously offense and defense. It can fall off a lot if I'm not doing much else, but I mean, surely that's every strategy in the game, right? I need to find win conditions and ways to leverage things. Well, there's the bird again. This is specifically why I said I'm not convinced Revenge is actually good. Or the Revenge path, rather, for Fel, my champion. It's because this guy gives you quick for every unit on the row. And that means that every unit on the row goes off immediately, and if you scale enough, you just don't get hit anymore. And I'm absolutely taking the bird again. I love that guy. Ability Moneymaker. Cooldown 3, gain 7 for each egg. I like cashing in eggs immediately. I don't actually think this is a very good effect. Maybe I'm going to completely 180 on that at some point, but for now, I feel that way. Pyrecast doesn't seem great either. It's a card that cannot kill a Loot Goblin in my first cycle through the deck. Like, I see this just making things clunky on the first cycle. Same here. Just applying Pyrogel doesn't feel like it's enough to justify a card slot, so I'm going to skip for gold there. We've unlocked a new Pyre Hearts. After playing a card from your primary and allied clan, draw +1 that... Oh, that's really cool. I knew there were new hearts. I didn't know what sort of thing they would do, but I like that one a lot. I wonder if it comes with worse stats, though. I mean, even if it does, like, I don't want anything on that floor in the first place, right? So, generally speaking, I'm a huge fan of Merchants of Magic, just because of the ability to do broken stuff with spell stacking. But I don't have a spell that's actually very good right now. I don't have, like, an AoE spell. I don't have, like, a big, super impactful spell. It's fine just to, like, throw some spell damage on fire starters. That's not a problem. I don't know. Buffing my units doesn't feel very good either currently with the units I have, right? Because the current floor I've got is Upbeat Warbler, Magma Cultist, and Snotty Whelps. Just some combination of those three. Those four, rather. Probably one Snotty Whelp, one Upbeat Warbler, one Magma Cultist, and Fel. And none of these guys are good enough. Sweepstone probably still exists. I'm going to just go to the Immersion of Steel to see how good it can be. What do we have at it? Quick and +10, don't really need it. Endless, don't want it at all. Valor 8 and 14 attack are both appreciated in terms of damage. But first, what's here? Steadfast Crusaders, 1 cost, 2 size, ability Slam. And it's a cooldown of 2, it goes to the front, and then it deals damage equal to this unit's current health and armor. I mean, it's not bad. I also have Death's Dancer, never seen this before. 1 cost, 2 size, shift, apply +4 to friendly units. I like that quite a lot. The Incant Pyrogel thing doesn't really work very well for the deck right now. Magma Cultist might be on his way out or just getting thrown onto a random floor. I think Death's Dancer is probably a better card. I'm going to take this. I'm going to see if I can make it work. It seems interesting. And then coming back to here. That means the floor I'm playing against my kill floor is Fel, Death's Dancer, and... what's his name? Upbeat Warbler. Oh, it's other units. Does that mean that the Warbler itself is not quick? I haven't actually paid enough attention in combat to notice, I'll be real with you. Thanks to Odie's Totem, I'm not too upset about these units in my deck. I'm much more bothered by the spells in my deck that I feel don't do enough, which are both Firestarter and Just Cause in this case. Neither's doing a ton. Although Just Cause is suddenly looking a lot better with Shift on that guy, right? I'm gonna re-roll. I don't know if Sweep exists as a thing I can get here. Frenzy Stone is still very good. So I'm happy to buy that for almost all my gold. Titanite is reduced incoming damage by half. Oh, I thought this was gonna be a flat amount like it is when it's on enemies. I still think I don't want this because I want Fel to be my main guy. Avarice 3 will eventually pay for itself on the bird if there's no more important upgrade. But to that end, as long as I have, like, what was it, 4 health? How bad is the Seraph? Applies Corruption 2 to your units on each turn. So as long as they have, like, 8 health, they're safe for a couple of turns before I have to give them armor on the final boss. Warbler doesn't have that yet. So I actually am going to give the Warbler plus health, because I think it's going to need that in the end game. And I can purge a card from my deck. I think that's... it's probably a Pyrogel. Just because anything that consumes or any monsters effectively purge during the battle. And I'm trying to filter my hand down to something much more consistent over the course of the fight. At the start of the battle, these units appear on each floor. That should be totally fine. This felt manageable most of the time back in Monster Train 1 when there wasn't a deployment phase. Do I get to see which type of... that's terrifying. Spikes 3. That's rough on a boss, but other than that, I think we're fine. I don't get to see what kind of enemy. There it is, Forsaken. Just 3-fist guy? Done, no problem. I would love to have, like, Flicker or some other AoE spell here, but I don't have that. So Fel comes up here. Dancer goes in front so that when I click this button, it will jump in the back. And we just throw a shield sewer on the floor from the left. So how dangerous are these waves? We have a healer, we have a guy, we have a big guy that's steadily getting bigger as he comes up, but honestly, if I'm quick, him taking 40 damage is just an upside. We full clear the room, but there's nothing I can do about it. Well, there is something I can do about it. I can gain a ton of attack. I can't do Just Cause again, can I? 3, 6, 9, 12? I can. And then I'll throw another Steward down on the last floor just to get him out of my deck. I'm just assuming there's not going to be sweep, which is a little bit dangerous, but at the same time, Valor also gives health, so I have at least 2 turns of warning if there is sweep. And a restart button, which I greatly appreciate, to be honest. You know, I didn't really acknowledge that this could happen. Like, if I got a worst possible draw, it would be catastrophically bad for me. But we're fine. We can use Firestarter to kill this Imp still. Firestarter to knock out the healer. Is the healer actually a bigger problem than this guy? I think so. And throw down a Spear Steward to get in some damage. Top floor is completely handled, dealt with the challenge. Got a lot of damage ramping up there, but unless I draw the bird next turn, I am going to be a bit worried on defenses. Well, there's the bird. Suddenly, I am no longer worried. Put in bird. We no longer take damage. Use a challenge here. Does advance go all the way to the front? It doesn't matter in this case. It does go all the way to the front. Just throw in my whelps on the bottom floor, I guess. I wonder if I should have played the second whelp instead of killing that guy. Either way, it's fine. We can now sneeze on him. Apply some Pyro Gel. Kill the healer, I guess. Just gonna move this guy to the front. Oh, right, advances all the way, not one. It makes it so much smoother to do this and keep scaling the attack speed. Gotta be honest, I like the way the, what's it called? Death Dancer? I'm liking the way this monster I picked plays. Death's a dancer. Possessive death, of course. I mean, I think I just do that. Advance here. And kill the guy in the back. Oh. Maybe I'll kill the guy in the back with the next Fire Gel, who knows? I will note that the spikes are a little bit of a problem, not a huge problem. And we do get the guy in the back after all. Yeah, easy one. Death's Dancer feels like it's very good scaling early in this faction. Feel comfortable winning my mini-boss, or the first mini-boss, rather. Alright, so Divinity is how I won my first run. There's a relic called Split Anvil, where after you cast a spell, all other spells in your hand that cost less than it go down to 0. So any expensive spell is inherently sort of good. Additionally, since I have 4 mana and there are upgrades that make this go down by 1 or 2 mana, like, it's just a fine card. There are ways it can win the run, and it's just good enough on its own. Rising Rage, however, allows me to stack a floor way above 5. And I do love me overcrowded killing floors. Got a soft spot for that silly strat. I don't know what the unit cap is, but I'm gonna take Rising Rage. Soldier of Fortune. Consume, draw a unit. If you have 30 gold, spend it to apply plus 30 damage, Avarice 15, and armor. Dude, what? So it just pays for itself immediately then. Sign me up. I love Avarice as a mechanic. I didn't actually read what it does, and this is the first video I'm uploading for this, so I should explain cards a little bit more. Avarice is when a unit with Avarice deals unblocked damage, gain gold equal to stacks of Avarice. So especially if that hits my multi-strike guy, but no matter what it hits, right? It's just gonna gain the gold back eventually over the course of fight. So yeah, that's fantastic. Merchant of Arms, Pyre Remains. I don't know that I care about this too much. I think I prefer the Merchant of Magic. What's the Merchant of Magic have for us? Upgrade a spell with 10 magic power, -2 to cost, and gain Consume. Gain Holdover, gain Spell Chain. So Holdover is when you play it, it goes on top of your draw pile. Or rather, at the start of your next turn, it does. And Spell Chain is when you play it, get a second copy that does not have Spell Chain. And is removed from the deck at end of turn. I don't really know if I would want Holdover Divinity yet. Do I have the money to roll? 110, 50. If I got -1 spell power, I could just do Keepstone, reroll that. But it's a lot of mana, a lot of gold. Before I make any decisions here, let's go see what our unit is. Sword Maiden. Draw an equipment card from your deck. Artificer, which is equipment is attached to any ally of this unit. What's that mean? Oh, like when I attach equipment to someone else, this thing gains Valor 8? Well, units only have one equipment, so that doesn't do that much. Battle Dancer gives Valor 3 to just itself. I think that's fine. Welcome to the gang, buddy. And what is going on in Celestial Alcove? I have no idea what any of the events do, and it's been years since Monster Train 1, so even if it's like an old one, I won't recognize it. Our options are all going to include the Savage Shackles, which are unpurgeable, deployable, units in hand cost +1. And none of these upgrades seem remotely worth it. No, that seems... My first run also included me skipping this event. Don't really get when that's going to be worth it. Maybe when you just don't have that many monsters in your spell-based deck. But even then, like, those downsides seem so bad. Anyway, back to the Merchant of Magic. I would like to just make a Consume Firestarter to get it out of my deck cycles, and I would also like to upgrade a Firestarter, a different one, with +10 magic power. Essentially, there's gonna come a point in the game where spells that deal 1 damage don't do anything. They need to either deal 5+ damage or not be in the deck. I think I'm happy to purge one of my unupgraded Firestarters immediately. I'm also happy to get rid of this 2-mana guy. Like, if he's just somewhere in the mix, right? It's not the biggest deal. He can just be in the pile of guys I'm raging up. Maybe I should have put holdover on Rising Rage with how I'm trying to play this, but probably not. I think this Magma Cultist is just 2 mana is way too much to ask for what he does. Especially when I cannot play him in deployment due to my relic. Alright, Archeon's just a big guy who gains Rage 2, which is +4 damage. It loses a stack every turn whenever a unit dies next to him. Not a big deal. Alright, full disclosure, I am restarting this fight. The first time I played this, I just completely forgot to press the ability on Fel for like 4 turns. And I want to see how the fight's supposed to look if I play it correctly. I don't think I was even going to take higher damage in my first run through this, but I really want to know how this functions. So now what I can do, I get Train Steward here to protect this guy because I'm trying to move him up eventually. I can move this to the front with a Just Cause. Then I save your back to the front and I keep juggling them and scaling them up. 110 damage first turn, huh? That seems good. I also unlocked a new Pyre Heart for that, whatever I did. Let's see what Soldier of Fortune hits. It hits a Shield Steward. That is what I got last time, so good. Restart battle doesn't change your RNG seed at all. There's nowhere to put him other than bottom floor, and I need him to pay for himself. So I'm going to throw him on the bottom floor. I'm actually pretty happy to throw this guy in front to get as much additional health as I can on this. And use Pyre Sneeze, or Jelly Sneeze, rather. I kind of like using Just Cause here to kill that guy, but I'm pretty sure it's wrong. Actually, it's not. I'm going to Pyre Sneeze the big guy, and then pull this one forward. And there is nowhere to put these Spear Stewards. All the floors are taken up. Maybe I should have played a Spear Steward instead. I don't know. It's all awkward, right? I would very much like to not need to consume these cards and play these minions. I like them to just not be in my deck, but we're still in the process of thinning the deck out. Alright, Upbeat Warbler fits here. And I have Rising Rage for this guy. At 14 health, will you live? You will. Up to the front then. Nothing killable down there. That row is dying entirely. Use the good Pyre Gel to kill this guy. That guy should be dead fully with nothing happening, so I'll throw Pyre Gels here. And this Train Steward on the bottom has at least paid for himself, since Soldier of Fortune is what drew him out of my deck. But that might be all he does. Oh wait, I don't think I had 30 gold, because he just hit that guy and didn't generate money. So he's just normal. Yeah, he'd have much better stats than this if Soldier of Fortune I went off. I just forgot to play around it during the store phase. Look, we're learning. It's fine. So here I can just cause the Death Dancer to the front, then I can Savior this to the front. I have an upgraded Pyre Starter, but I can't do much with it. I'll kill this back line. I'll throw this down. I'm just milling them out of the deck, really. But at this point, I think we're just waiting for the fight to end. I'm pretty sure we have guaranteed kills in the last remaining waves, and this should be the brief respite, no wave coming in here, right? Oh no, there is no brief respite in mini bosses. Okay, my bad. If I use this on the top row, does it just advance? Because that's what I would like it to do. Yes. So we're just going to keep juggling these three to keep triggering Death Dancer and stacking attack. 2 Pyre Gels kills this. I think I'd rather just get this out of my deck permanently. I don't want to redraw them. We could have made... No, it would have been break even, right? If we had gotten the Train Steward to property gain Avarice from Warrior of Fortune, it wouldn't have actually done anything useful. Okay, I'm sorry to prank you like this, little guy, but I need to bring you to the front real quick to trigger other people's abilities. Then Just Cause here, then bring him to the front again, then Just Cause again. Oh, it's not actually that good. I need to bring other people forward, right? I have to be moving these 2 in the back. Let's do that correctly. I want to see what it's supposed to look like. So this first part is definitely correct, but then I need to Just Cause the person all the way in the back, then the other guy all the way in the back. And I can't actually do the final part here because he would just die, right? His melee weakness is double damage. Oh, wow. It is double damage for every stack. Okay, so it would exactly die if I brought it to the front. Wait, no, it wouldn't. We have Quick. It'd take like 2 damage. Who cares? Get in front. Why do you take -2? Excuse me? Everyone else gains Quick. It does not include the Upbeat Warbler. Cool. Now I know. I don't know why I enjoy this as much as I do. It's not that complicated, right? I'm just moving my units around, but it's so satisfying. This feels like it was built around the idea of people enjoying the overstacking mechanic, and just the entire thing is built to funnel as much fun into that as possible. It shouldn't even matter who's in front, right? Yeah, he's just dead before anything even attacks. Just absolutely mangled this poor bird, man. Alright, so I have plus mana already. We'll get to that in a second. Let's figure out the cards. I don't think Superheated does anything for me. Sanctuary is a very cool card. This is a way to survive the corruption mechanic. I would need a lot of specific upgrades on it for it to do its job. I'm going to try to find something else. I can just put Valor on everything, right? Another Death Dancer. Do I really need 2 of them? Look, need's not the important idea here. It doesn't need 2 of them. It's just cool to have 2 of them. I'm going to go Limbo Solace for plus card draw, because I feel like card draw was the hardest thing to get in Monster Train 1. I can just bypass floor limitations through other methods. Once per battle, select the heart to restore the front for the units on all floors to 4. Huh. That's very interesting. Anyway, what are we deciding? Merchant of Steel, Pyreborn unit, 100 gold, versus Useless Heal, a random event, Merchant of Trinkets. Trinkets can be absolutely insane. The best trinkets in the game are utterly broken. But I'm also very broke. I'm pretty happy going right. Take the gold. Let's see what our new upgrade is. Savior 2. Now it is Gain Valor 15. That's a lot more than 5. Okay. I also wasn't optimizing Savior at all for armor gain. I should have been. Shift Gain Valor 1 permanently. Wait, is this the one I wanted the whole time? So I'm gonna go for Savior 3 here. I think in future runs, it's very likely if I see Shift at the start, I'm gonna take Shift all the way to Shift 3. The reason I'm taking Savior 2 here is just for the unlock stuff in the library, so it shows that I've won a run with Savior 3. Our Merchant of Steel has a Large Stone and Endless Stone. Avarice 3 damage. The Large Stone's not that bad if I'm bypassing normal limitations. What's in Pyroborn Banner? Oh, I love Miser. He makes so much money. Well, not that much money, not really. But still, that doesn't change that I love Miser. I'm taking this. If I get the equipment that gives him multi-strike, I obviously like it a lot. If I get a Frenzy Stone, I like it a lot. Is there a unit that's problematic right now to get onto the right floor? I think Battle Dancer is always going to be starting on the second floor, right? Because I'm going to start with Fell Death's Dancer on the top. In that case, if Battle Dancer always has to be moved up anyway, then just throw the Large Stone on Battle Dancer. The rest of this I don't really care about. I want to reroll looking for multi-strike. I also got a Smidge Stone, which is interesting. I can't afford it. Damn shame about that. Now, for health. This guy's already at 22. He's safe. Everyone else is above the minimum amount they would really need. Don't really need to Health Stone anyone, I think. So I want to just throw Valor 8 on something immediately. He might be alone on the floor for a while. Valor 8 helps with that. Yeah, I'll just do that. Maybe I should have saved that for Duality, because he could... It doesn't matter. He'll be fine. I think we're strong enough. I think our stupid strategy here will work. And I still have over 30 gold. Not that I planned it. Titan Skin 4. You think I care about 4 damage reduction? This guy is the tanky boy that gains Titan Skin every time he moves up. It's fine. We deal millions of damage. What's it matter if he has Titan Skin 14 by the time he gets to us? Surely it'll be fine. So Fell top floor. Now, unfortunately, I don't have, like, all the money in the world. Oh, I want to be sure I play the one with multi-strike. And I'm definitely going to play Battle Dancer as opposed to anything else here. I do need to start purging some cards. I have too many units in this deck. Can't fit him where I want him. I'm going to throw this guy here. Click the button. Throw Train Steward beneath him to get him out of the way. Throw Death's Dancer here with the intent of moving them up eventually. I should be putting Fell in the back so I can press Savior and get the shift every time. In this case, I drew Just Cause, so no punish. Get that kill floor going, and this doesn't do enough, but maybe it'll get somewhere eventually. I think we're probably fine, but I may have made some mistakes here. Oh, we have Upbeat Warlords. It's good. Oh, I need to draw this guy before I ever use right... That's scary. We gotta purge some cards, man. I think I Rising Rage this first. I just trust the Battle Dancer to be alive for a while. And then I'm just cycling Just Cause on the top as long as I can. I can't actually fit this Shield Steward anywhere, unfortunately. That would have been an advantage to moving this guy, but massively speeding up damage scaling up here seems more important. Oh, I've got to consume anyway. Cool. And I'm pretty sure by the time he gets to the top floor, he'll be dead, right? Surely. Surely we're fine, right? Oh, yeah, definitely. I hadn't realized how big they got it. They grow up so fast. Soldier of Fortune. Well, here's the thing, right? If I play Soldier of Fortune now, it draws a Spear Steward guaranteed. Okay, that's fine. So we can just throw him here, secure in the knowledge that he'll be protected by the Battle Dancer and can just chip away for health every turn, or gold rather. I don't need to worry about this. This floor is just here to block and farm gold, right? Everything dies when it gets top row. I think that's true. I'm going to throw the Whelp out and get rid of him. And then I'm going to continue doing the farm here, just spamming Just Cause, gaining all the damage in the world from double Death's Dancer. I'm pretty sure everything's going to die before triggering just because of the number of dudes on that row with how quickly they're scaling. Brief Respite is next. I can get this up to the top now if I wanted to. Okay, I play Miser here. I Rising Rage him. And then I just cause the Battle Dancer again. So I get more Avarice on this row. The top row's fine. It didn't need help. Move that to the front. Click Savior again. And our job is to get as much gold with Avarice as possible in the fight. Winning's not hard. Winning with insane resource generation is what's hard. I really need to worry about optimizing gold gen here because, like, look how broke I am. It's no fun. Although, being broke just means I'm leveraging my resources effectively, right? Yeah, definitely. I'm just going to continue doing the Just Cause dance up here. Throw this Train Steward out. That's another 10 gold he made here. The Train Steward, or Spear Steward rather, just paid for himself. Is it Spear and Door? What are their names? Shield and Spear. Okay. An interesting idea is trying to win on this floor. I want this floor to have as much chance of winning as physically possible. So the idea is instead, you just cause this guy forward. You Rising Rage at this guy. And then next turn, we'll be able to move Battle Dancer forward again. Probably. I'm just assuming the top row is dead. It is. And we can kill the healer in the back still. Throw a Pyre Gel on the boss. I'm not worried about killing the boss. I'm trying to, like, barely win on the middle row with as much greed as physically possible. We can get him in front now, which is what I wanted. We can bypass this guy, but I'm not even sure it's necessarily for the best. I'm gonna just cycle Just Cause on these two. Oh, right. Well, it's end of turn, right? Corruption is at the end of turn. So Corruption doesn't do anything. Unless I'm completely misevaluating how this works. Did it get worse when I played this? Let me double check. Was it more than minus 109 initially, and it's not at the end of the turn, but like repeatedly during Relentless? Yes, it is repeatedly during Relentless. Okay. That is slightly weirdly phrased. So it doesn't just repeat. It triggers end of turn effects as well. Okay. Corruption also goes off before Valor, which is a thing I learned in my previous run. I did not realize it went off repeatedly during Relentless. So I cannot make this better. Well, in that case, we'll just even more hilariously overkill the top row then. Use Savior instead. Hopefully that hasn't been off cooldown for too long, but it seems like kind of a moot point. How much gold incinerate? We're at 75 before the fight. $195. We gained 120 gold from our Avarice bros. And then unsurprisingly, he gets to the top floor and literally doesn't even do anything, just dead instantly. The killing floor looks good. Once we're set up really well. It's just getting set up quickly. Lead Songbird is cool. I don't think I need it at all. I feel like the exact same thing is true of Everlasting Light, right? Obviously, it's good. Do I need it? Not even a little. So it's just making my opening draws worse. I'll skip that for gold instead. Don't want Moneymaker because I'm not generating eggs with anything. Gain 10 gold when a unit dies. And I have more... Like, this is the point of having Odie's Totem, is to be able to play stuff like this more easily. Mind Cage does give me a few more uses of my ability on Fel. Not super interested in that. Sacrificial Chamber for sure. I'm gonna try to maximize money as aggressively as I can. So I want to go Unstable Vortex and remove guys every time. Merchant of Trinkets is also quite good. It's against Merchant of Magic and Duplicate. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I still don't have a spell that worth duplicating. I can do Rising Rage, right? Okay. Because I have the Rising Rage, I'm gonna go right side. I really want to spend money, or not spend money, just get the free 2 removes. But first, what's my artifact? When an angel moves, it gains 2 Valor. Oh no. Yeah, cool. We're gonna continue doing the dance. Upgrade a spell to gain Holdover, which is exactly what I wanted for Rising Rage. Then make it cost 0. So now, every turn, I play Rising Rage for 0 mana, and I get it back, and what's that? I do it twice, you don't say. That seems pretty alright. So everyone's on the top floor now. The whole gang is here. As for the rest of this, I can effectively remove this fire starter from my deck by getting it consume. Is there anything I would want to give intrinsic to? Yeah, Soldier of Fortune for sure. You want that turn 1 if you're using it at all, even if half of intrinsic is wasted. And then I'm going to purge some stuff from my deck, notably Train Stewards, or Shield Stewards rather. These guys are just, they're huge, they're a pain in the ass. It's not worth. All right, deck's a lot better now. Glad I realized I should go right side. Oh, they gain health when they go to the top floor? I'm sure that'll save them. Start battle. I'm not even going to read what they do. Absolutely no respect. I'm very bad at the game. I've edited out a restart again because I just cannot get it in my head that Fell goes in the back. In my head, he's the tank. He goes in the front. But he'll get there on his own. I don't need to do anything else. And then we throw Miser here. We don't even put anyone below it, right? Yeah, for sure. That's not really the back, but I guess it doesn't matter for Miser, so it's fine. Anyways, we have Soldier of Fortune turn 1. I guess we always will now. Need to protect this guy. That's okay. I have the Battle Dancer too. Going to click Savior every time. Battle Dancer here. Snotty Whelp behind them. I guess I need to play the Upbeat Warbler too. And then Sacrificial Chamber here for maximum greed. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. I'll figure out the killing them later. I figured that part comes easy. There's a Rising Rage. Bring him up. Bring you forward. I actually don't want to kill this guy here. Because if I kill this guy here, then I don't get money from killing him on the top floor. Well, actually, that'll never happen in this situation. Fine, get him out of here. Get this here, just to get it out. And then apply Valor 2, get all the buffs. All right, I feel like we've already sorted this scenario. I feel like the Corrupted Crusade is well and truly over. Also, the Battle Dancer just does not give a shit, does he? Like, this guy's just easily tanking everything without being buffed at all. We want to do Rising Rage here. And then just calls on the Miser. We're dealing too much damage, and, like, they're not going to get to attack unless I put them in the front specifically. It's actually still true. No, it's fine. I can do challenge on you. I don't need to care about, like, melee vulnerability on my guys. It's fine. I have quick and infinite damage. I should have... It's got multi-strike. It's too strong. I'm just going to cast it on the Whelp to make sure I get to keep it next turn. Wait, is the Whelp not quick? He doesn't have the little blue aura. Is he not a unit? Does he not exist? What's your phrase? Other units on the same floor gain a bonus. Quick. Are you not a unit? Champion. It's just a type, right? Why is he not quick? He is quick. He just doesn't get an aura because he's flying, maybe? And I'm playing at high speed, so I wasn't even able to tell what happened properly. All right. Welcome to the top floor, friend. We finally have time to get you up here. Then we bring you forward. Then we bring the Miser forward. That's unfortunate. Don't have as much as I thought I did. Anyways. Oh, I'm sapping myself into the ground. It's fine. Sap goes away eventually. I don't want to kill those guys, actually. Get these out of my deck. It's so weird. The thing I'm optimizing is making sure that the greedy guys attack. Wait. Is the dragon the one that's from Soldier of Fortune? I don't think it is. I think I've messed up. It's this guy, isn't it? Who was Soldier of Fortune? It was the dragon. He has Avarice 15. I'm doing it right. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3 moves in my hand. Death's Door needs to be one of them. Or Death's Dancer, rather. Alright, there's a hard unit limit. You can only have 7 guys. I'm at the max. The Whelp's not actually an important part of this, so I could theoretically get one more guy up here. Like, I don't want the Whelp in my final deck. He's just here because of Soldier of Fortune. But as long as I'm running Soldier of Fortune, I don't really want to get another person planned on this floor. And then we just want to maximize damage, so we bring this guy forward, and then the Whelp forward. And then throw away a Spear Steward. And I guess we don't want to kill anyone because I want to do the bloody floor thing at top, right? That's a card in my deck, isn't it? Oh, I do. It's already in play. There we go. Yeah, so I don't want to kill them before they get to the top. Just farming gold here. The amount of damage on that floor. I don't think this guy's taking an action. Where is my boss? He has a cooldown left. Okay. I have 5 moves. Okay, cool. Jump her to the front. Jump him to the front. Jump her to the front. And then bring the green guys to the front so that they actually get to attack. You think I care about your pathetic sap? I've got like 5 guys just waiting to do something. It's absolutely ridiculous. I did not imagine when I started this that I would just be like applying melee weakness to my own dudes because I didn't care. That is not how I thought this would function. And I have no reason to specifically care about moving them to the front this turn, because I'll always be able to do it next turn. And so right here at the end, I'm still like not effectively cycling my deck. I have 4 cards in discard pile. I have a Just Cause left, and then these 4 as well. I need to purge like 5 more cards from my deck. 4 more cards in my deck, because I can easily get +1 draw. No, I only need to purge 4, and that can also be like applying Consume Dispels, because I'm going to get +1 draw from the next boss encounter. Anyway, to make sure I get the most gold out of this, I need to move these dudes to the front. And it should be dead immediately, right? Yeah, they don't get to fight back, so any additional buffing from here is entirely style points. Little bit one-sided. We have Demon Eyes. I don't really need to go down, and going up is my thing. I've already got it sorted. There we go, Benediction. Apply Valor 2 and Damage Shield 1 to friendly units. That helps me just immediately get everyone some shield value in the final fight. That's pretty useful. I'm going to go for Benediction here. I think getting that cost down will help me a lot in the end. I don't need a second Sacrificial Chamber at all. Don't need any of those. At least I don't think I do. Get an equipment or room card, 150 gold, and upgrade units. That doesn't sound very useful. Duplicate a card actually isn't that useful either. I don't really need more ascending. Huh. I'm not sure what I should do here. I kind of lean towards go right. Neither of these is great. Get gold, see what's at the Merchant of Steel. Another multi-strike card. All right, Miser, get in there. I've got all the gold in the world. Valor 8 just goes on somebody who's unenchanted because, like, they have room for it. It's not even that good, right? Like, it doesn't matter. I think it's better off to just, like, purge everything from the deck. Siphon is when a unit dies, gain 1 soul. Celebrate, gain 1 egg. Does that just get me all the soul? If everything dies on the top floor, that might just get me, like, full eggs from the fight. I'd have to play it immediately. That's the problem. I'm gonna get this and try it. I don't believe it's actually that good, but I'm gonna try it. Anyway, back to the Merchant of Steel. Let's start looking at purge cards, right? We've got these Train Stewards that we hate. Get him out of here. Still only 150 to purge. Challenge is obviously not great for us since we're using it at detriment to ourselves. But we can apply Consume to challenge. The Snotty Whelps effectively consume themselves. The Spear Stewards are really the last cards in my deck that I despise and won't out right now. So I'll get rid of the 2 Spear Stewards. Oh, there's an achievement for getting rid of all of your stewards. Makes sense. There's nothing to use the dualism stolen on, so I will re-roll here. Reduce unit to size 1 doesn't do anything. Everyone's already quick. Is anyone unupgraded that might benefit from some health? Honestly, just throwing it on a whelp to make him an effective mid-game wall. Not terrible. I don't need to make anyone smaller with this Smedge Stone. So I'm free to purge another card to get rid of one of these challenges. Alright, I've just broken the Avarice thing, unfortunately. It's fine. I've got enough Avarice from the other dude. Oh, wait. So there are different versions of these bosses. It is Kale, just like my previous run, but this is not the Kale I saw last time. The last time I fought him, he did damage shield. This time, they're giving 35 health and spikes, which is notably more annoying. It might be theoretically. It's not actually going to be a problem, I think. Let's go. Is that a reason to go floor 1 to make sure they don't get to... No, I can't go floor 1, just like, that's not how the deck works. But I can go floor 2 and give him less time to buff the spikes value, which I actually think will be worth. Alright. Let's see if I get punished for this. Oh, he always spawns with your units. I thought he always spawned top floor. Learning things every second. What's our next guy? Snotty Whelp. It's the buff one. So he can't buff himself. Good to know. So I jump forward. I juggle 3 times. That means that the boss would be hitting her still. So I can't do all of them. That's fine. I'll just stop with 1 left. Still a net negative to health, which is terrifying. I could use the challenge here to get more damage scaling. It's not a small amount more damage scaling either, but killing these guys ahead of time seems important. Yeah, let's get rid of this stuff. We'll get rid of that Snotty Whelp on the next cycle. So spikes are obviously not great for this little guy. I've got a Rising Rage. I've got the people to throw up. I basically have to put Valor on everyone. -8. But you have 8 Valor. You should gain 8 shield, right? Oh, it's only the front unit that gets shield from Valor. Right. Oh, so Valor is not going to save me. That is not a real plan. It's a good thing I picked up that Benediction for the final boss. I'm going to need that, it turns out. So what I need to do is rotate who's at the front, basically, so that they can gain armor from Valor each time. No, all I need to do to deal with the spikes is put enough Valor on Fel that he's killing them himself. I'm just not able to get good Avarice value with this fight. I need to stop trying to get Avarice value. So I Rising Rage forward here. And then for long-term scaling, I think I just do this because it'll be fine. 3 and 7, you live. All you need to do is live. Oh. You don't live. Why don't you live? 3, 7. What kills them? Oh, this applies Corruption 3 when it hits. So that's 3, 6, 10, 14 multicast. There we go. Well, anyway, there's an undo button in this game. Have I mentioned that yet? So we throw Death's Dancer there, like I was saying previously, but instead of what I did last time, we're just going to put Fel in the front. Throw down Sacrificial Chamber. Put Battle Dancer here, because eventually he'll get to move up, just not yet. The massive loss of Avarice value hurts my soul a little bit. But there's not a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. Ho ho ho! Welcome to the second floor, buddy. Now I get Avarice value. Obviously, I need to get rid of Discordant Toll. Oof, that is more damage coming in than I expected to see. Well, you see, you killed him, which is why that's happening. Is it better to play the Soul Smelter this turn, then? Like, obviously, I can play Valor, but it doesn't do very much, right? It might just barely be enough to keep him alive. It is. But then I'm not playing Soul Smelter, so I think that's probably a mistake. Loving the undo button, by the way. It allows me to just immediately visualize things and not do the competitive Hearthstone thing of violently, meticulously planning out every single move before I click any buttons. So it doesn't really matter who I put this on. I'm going to put it on you, because I know I'm going to keep you alive at literally all costs. And then I'm going to do Rising Rage here. Pulse this. And Firestarter doesn't matter too much, I would think. Throw it on the boss. I don't think it's going to matter where I put it. Probably better to kill this guy, but... here I am. Mistakes have been made, what can you do? Now, unfortunately, I can't use Rising Rage to juggle my guys. What I can do is bounce them out of the way with Rising Rage. So they're no longer giving shield and spikes to the bottom floor. Everyone's going to live. What more could you want? I use Just Cause twice to move the dancers around. I cannot jump here. And if I move the boss up, I'm going to cause myself problems. Oh, there we go. Warbler. Welcome to the middle floor. Then I've got 2 copies of Just Cause. I Just Cause here. I jump to the front here. And then I move Battle Dancer to the front. Everyone lives. I get 30 gold. Happy times. Alright, now it's time for the really dumb stuff where I consider, like, how much gold can I actually make? Oh, they don't have, never mind. I don't have to think about it like that. I can just cause this guy to the front because there's no spikes anymore. What are we up to, by the way? Soul 8. Anyway, I'm not a fan of your spikes. And I'll throw Challenge on the boss, I guess. And Firestarter. There's no benefit to moving those guys up. Oh, making that not get added to my deck would certainly have been a benefit, huh? So here, I can't move my boss right now, but that's fine. I move Battle Dancer to the front, and then I move... Or, sorry, that was Death's Dancer, and then Battle Dancer. Yes, they're... Alright, that makes sense. They're all dancers. I get it. And then I Rising Raise this Cherub so that nobody gets spikes, because I cannot be bothering with this spikes nonsense. It's a little bit finicky to not die to spikes with this, but we're figuring it out. I've got 2 Rising Rages. Oh, no, I don't. Something's gone wrong to get this run. Fair. Still, I think I just moved the boss up. Right? And then use Benediction, probably, instead of finicking. Does Benediction kill the boss? There's no way that's enough damage to kill the boss. Yeah, good. This means he's getting spikes, which I really do not like. Oh, well. I made this play so it gets me 3 uses of Avarice by letting me hit the boss. Toss the Discordant Bell so I don't take pyre damage. Move this guy to the front. Then jump past him to be the tank. Alright. Well, actually, looking at this, you're just big enough. It's fine. Yeah, I can just move him to the front and he one-shots everything, basically. Technically gaining health. You can get out of the deck. We don't need you. It doesn't seem to me like there's any reason to move these guys around. I may as well. I don't like the boss having a ton of spikes. It probably cost me Avarice next turn. We had less than 20 gold at the start of this fight. We're up to 425. So does this guy die? No, he survives. And he's in the front, which means he's exactly where he should be. He's going to get 2 more soul, bringing me up to soul 24. Which is 7 dragon eggs. I don't know. It seems like it was worth it in this fight. I made 445 gold. Oh, apparently 6 dragon eggs. Can't do math for shit. Consume, apply 3x power. Oh, it's an X-Gauss card, I see. Cursed Twin Blade for the 4th multi-strike on that guy. It's genuinely getting hard to keep him in the front to get all of the value out of him. It seems like it cannot even really be helpful, but I'm clicking it anyway. And I'm getting more draw. And I don't think it makes sense to hold eggs since I get eggs in such large clusters. I just loot them every time. I should have explained eggs as a mechanic. There are cards that generate eggs, and then based on the number of eggs you have, you can cash them in or hold them. And then there are other cards that capitalize on holding eggs. I have none of that last group and almost all the eggs I can hold, so that's why we're cashing them in. I don't think any of these do a ton, but the Pyrogel on Ascension honestly seems valuable, so I'll take Flaming Talons. Jack Strips will probably cost me gold by killing guys that otherwise would have been on my killing floor. Unstable Vortex is nice, but I'm not convinced I need it. I would have loved to make Benediction more playable with a Merchant of Magic, but there isn't one. There's a Merchant of Magic next area with nothing else, basically. The gold and the health will not do anything. I think the Merchant of Arms to make this egg-generating thing cheaper makes a lot of sense. But so does just going Unstable. I have infinite gold. I don't need Unstable Vortex. I can just buy it. So Merchant of Arms, what exactly do you do? Combine 2 equipment cards into 1. Huh. Making these things get drawn in the deployment phase isn't helpful because I only have 2 mana at that point in time. I don't think Silence makes sense for me. Gain 1 mana when a unit dies doesn't really matter. Multi-strike 1, purge this unit from your deck when it dies, as though I would let that happen. Okay. Void Armament, combine it. I want all the multi-strike. Merged equipment. Multi-strike 1, strike -1, multi-strike 1. I assume that's multi-strike 2. It looks a bit funky. And then we can remove anything that doesn't actually make the deck better. Challenge is a great example of that. Probably the worst card in the deck at this point. I need to hold 30 gold, which I will have left over at this. Don't think I need 5 copies of Just Cause when I have 2 holdover Rising Rages, right? Yeah, toss a Just Cause. That's too many. Okay, I think we've accomplished everything we need to here. Although we should probably upgrade the champion to Savior 3. Wait, what? Oh, I think Savior 2 might have been bugged. Because, Savior 2 says cooldown 3, Valor 15, armor equal 1x Valor. This is the same text. It probably is supposed to go to Valor 10, and it's just a launch day bug sort of thing. Oh well. I'll go Savior 3 anyway, just to be fair in a roundabout sort of way. Also, I have 225 gold now. I think that's just enough for a purge, but not enough to make Avarice work. Plus 10 attack, strike, apply corruption, 20. Everything costs plus 1 mana. Can't really afford that penalty. I also skipped that in my previous run. Everything costs plus 1 mana seems unplayably bad. The start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Oh no. What kind of enemy units actually? Spell shield? Don't care at all. Miser will eat them all. We put down Miser. We put down Fell in the back. We put down the multi-strike Dancer. And, have we just made a horrible mistake? Hold up. That's kind of more damage than expected, isn't it? God, that's so... Oh, it adds the mana cost together. It's literally unplayable now. Well, I didn't know that part. Mistakes have been made. The biggest mistake is that apparently I can't play Death's Dancer. I have to start this by playing the other guy because these have 12 attack, which is why I said before I hit end turn, like, oh, I think I've done this wrong. So, as always, glad the restarts are built into the game. I greatly appreciate being allowed to, like, learn while playing and not just instantly lose the run because of these things. I will be playing the Miser, though, which means I have to put this on the bottom row. Which is a little bit incredibly greedy, isn't it? Like, it just assumes that I will draw the right card. Oh, that means you can, since the seed's not changing, you can, like, make informed knowledge, because I know I'm drawing Rising Rage, which is why this works. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, Soldier of Fortune. That's the best thing it could possibly have drawn. Put that in play. Now, what's the correct way to do this? Obviously, it doesn't involve a 5-cost equipment that I can't afford. That's a bit wrong. I thread on Sacrificial Chamber on this floor every time. I Rising Rage this guy to start. Then I jump forward with Savior and I Rising Rage this guy again, I think. They deal 48. I should live if I use Savior. And that means I can use this guy on the next turn when he has more Valor. Okay. So I do that, then I do this. That's the correct way to orient it all. Because a Spell Shield playing flat doesn't do anything. Throw him on the bottom, be a little bit sad about it. Oh, Spell Shield applies to abilities. I had no idea that was the case. Alright. There is one major mistake here, unfortunately, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, no Avarice. So, is there a way to do that correctly? You play Soldier of Fortune. You see the Death Dancer, you get hyped, you throw it down. Oh, but you have the thing now, right? I've got to bring him to the front. I've got to use this turn. I'm not really convinced there's a different way to do this. It's honestly fine, though. Like, sure, this guy's not attacking, but I am getting both attacks on the 15 Avarice guy. Got lots of different sources of Avarice in this incredibly greedy deck. Play Sacrificial Chamber. Yeah, I actually played it the correct way. I was just worried about nothing. Do that, kill this guy. Did I need to kill that guy? That was probably wrong. I don't think the 10 gold is going to matter. Higher gelling all the 1 health guys is fairly funny. So I'm just doing the juggling act now, right? And I need to end with Battle Dancer up front. I want this guy in front of Death's Dancer if at all possible. I have 3 left. Oh well. I think... Yeah, bringing Fel to the front sucks. It costs me money. So instead, I'm going to do it this way. It's just like really weird things happening here where I try to maximize the amount of greed I can get. Anyway, none of this matters. Next turn, we'll finally stop worrying about getting killed by all these dudes. Because we should be getting the bird guaranteed this turn, right? Yeah, bird guaranteed. Death's Dancer. Bird. Death's Dancer to the top. Bird to the top. That does mean my Soul Smelter doesn't get played this turn, which is unfortunate. Not overly worried about it, to be honest, though. And then jump this guy to the front to get 45 extra gold. Does this consume? It is. And there's a gremlin that needs consuming. Alright. I feel like I've made this deck so complicated with the Avarice cards, because, like, now I have to maximize the gold gain every time. Here, do I just play Benediction? It's probably better to maximize the movement, right? Get him to the front. Get him to the front. Just do the dance. And then end the dance with the Miser all the way forward. And coincidentally, number 2 is the Death's Dancer that is with Avarice. So we are making stupid amounts of money. I wish I had known the mana cost was just additive. I feel so dumb with my Multi-Strike 2 unplayable trash card that I'll be removing at the next shop. Anyways, I'm going to jump Fel to the front. I'm going to throw this on Fel since Fel will never die. And then I will continue the dance. I'm going to move the one with Avarice and then move the Miser for maximum gold gain. These poor Titan worshippers? I'm not too sure on the plot of the game. I'm not a man to read dialogue. Not in Monster Train. That's not what I'm here for. Anyways, I will maximize my damage. I have no idea what the boss is. I'm just inclined to think that I'm going to win regardless of exactly how I play it. I will make slightly more gold with this person in the front. Could have done that differently and better, but oh well. Wait, is my bird dead? Did it like... No, he's there. Maybe I just missaw what happened. I can understand if people tell me to play on a lower speed, because I'm oftentimes confused watching this. Anyway, once more, we do the dance. I want Avarice in second position and Avarice in first position. Absolutely disgusting amounts of gold gains. So this guy is a Thane, the last to fall, and can't apply spikes 1 to enemy units. Spawn a Chosen Prayer Stone when you move up. And a Chosen Prayer Stone is a 250 health spikes 7 thing. And when it gets hit, the boss gains 4. Okay, this guy already has 45 shield though. So I think I just hit end turn twice, right? Because all that matters is the damage is unblocked. This kills the boss, doesn't it? He has 1475. If it doesn't kill the boss, that's actually better. I don't want to scale anymore. Ideally, I get to hit with the Avarice guys twice. I'm already positioned perfectly. Yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot, does it? Minus 39, though. That implies it lasts more than 1 round, which is perfect. Yeah, we actually make it to the second round. And I think it died on the second to last hit of the Avarice units on the second round. So we're up to 1,500 gold. I think I don't mind getting 2 copies of Benediction and just like reducing their cost the hard way. Because I need these to survive on the final run. I don't need any of that. I just need Benediction to keep me alive. Only 4. So sad. I need it against Pyrogel. It gains +1 stacks. Increase max. Yeah, that does something, and I certainly don't need the gold. So I have to go Merchant of Magic here. There are some changes that need to be made. Full Pyre health. Woo. More gold. What do we have here? When you equip a unit, apply damage shield 1. I have no equipment. No equipment. That's just another cast of Ascend move forward every time, right? Amat Tome it is. And then I will re-roll. I may as well buy that, probably. It depends on purge values. Valor grants additional armor, not a big deal. Trial, it's the final hour. That doesn't do anything. Well, let's go over to the magic shop, I guess. Upgrade a spell to gain spell chain. I think giving Smolder Stone to one of these Benedictions is super reasonable. And then once it has Smolder Stone, giving it spell chain makes sense too. I don't want this fire starter in my deck. Giving it Consume is a cheaper version of removing it. And there's nothing in my deck that consumes that I don't want, right? Yeah, everything that consumes I want to remove from the deck. We re-roll. Thank God we got one thing here. I can give it Intrinsic instead, which is just better for my purposes here. But frankly, I'd rather it cost 1. Holy Stone's unnecessary. Magic Power. I may as well. And now we can purge 1,200 gold worth of crap from our deck. Were there no trinkets I cared about? Basically. I might buy this one, but it's not a big deal. Now, all I care about is removing bad cards. Snotty Whelps are bad cards. I do not want a Snotty Whelp. I would like to not draw these. Speaking of bad cards, apparently this caps out at 250, so I have a lot of gold. This is literally unplayable. Some mistakes were made there. I can purge one more thing. I've got the starting benediction, the good benediction that goes away eventually, the good units, 3 consume fire starters that will eventually leave. I think I have no value in the Soul Smelter anymore, so obviously we just toss that. I think that's the worst card in my deck, even though it does leave the deck eventually, and that leaves me with enough gold for that. I may as well take this, and let's go fight Seraph. Pretty happy with how the run's gone. I will say the Eldritch Seraph arts have been pretty neat. I've enjoyed them a lot. The art style for Monster Train is not for everyone, but I greatly enjoy it. Seraph applies Corruption 2 to your units each turn and doubles Corruption on strike. That's fine. Spell goes in the back. We put this one here. And I think it's more important to play the Miser than to play one of these on the floor below. Yeah, I think Benediction... These are effectively the exact same card. This is going to jump forward every time. The Ephemeral one should probably be played. Well, they're both ephemeral, so... Oh, it's got another one. That's too many. I don't need that many. I need Battle Dancer to get drawn more than I need anything else here. Okay, so that means they're all going to survive Corruption here. And we can start setting up the killing floor properly. We only have one Rising. We have a Resonant Ruin. Oh, wait, we have both Risings. Good. Rising Rage this. Is there one that's more important than the other? Not really. What's happening? Oh, right. I get a temporary copy. It got added to my hand. This spell is insane. I am very bad at optimizing it, but it's still insane. Are these both consuming? Yes. I would rather get rid of them. Oh, I have the mana for all of it somehow. Cool. All right, the dance is happening. Oh, does he only have Corruption on the floor he's on? Because if so, that's not actually that bad. I was like I thought this just happened no matter where he was. The bird's not here. The bird is in fact here. I can get another Benediction. I would rather stack damage harder. Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage, isn't it? I want this out of the deck. Want that out of the deck. And then in terms of positioning, it looks like regardless of how I do this, we're basically fine. I'm going to move you to the front, and then I'm just going to play this. Clear the floor, 400 damage to Seraph. Nobody's taking damage. Seems good. So how much Corruption is that all? 22. I do not like these guys. I can get Seraph back, but there's not really a point to it. Resolve, add Resonant Ruin, deal 37. No, thank you. Honestly, that's probably the right thing to do, even though I didn't mean to do it. Pyrogel on Seraph, I suppose. And here we want to be dancing with everyone. There's no one behind you anymore, so I can move the boss to the front. Drop forward here. Cool. 154 Valor, you say? No, it's less than that. I have the plus armor thing. Valor grants an additional 1 armor per stack, so it's literally doubled in value. I didn't realize that was double. I thought it was base 2. But no, it's doubled. That's wild. I think I'm supposed to benediction here. Yeah, just make sure I don't die to corruption somehow. And then we do the dance. The dance we have been doing the entire run. I have 1 mana left, so we want to end with him in the front. Plus 52 health. I feel bad for Seraph. I'm shocked at how effective this is. I do wonder if it holds up as cleanly on higher resolve. Not higher resolve, what's it called? Covenant ranks. I feel very strong, though. Toss this. Just keep stacking the damage shield. And keep doing the dance. Hello? Sir, please, go to the front. I guess I want to alternate who's in the front when I have the option, so that they can gain the Valor armor stacks if they are otherwise not gaining it, right? I feel like I can scale my damage way more explosively than I have here. Like, obviously I'm doing fine. Yeah, get these out. Move you to the front. Move the other ones. Actually, everyone has enough armor and enough damage shield. It doesn't matter how this ends. Oh, right, I have a 3rd copy as well, so that helps. That makes it work perfectly. Well, not quite perfectly. To move all of them, I need to move the bird. Well, I don't have to move the bird. I can move the multicast guy as well. Cool. Plus 37 health. Everyone's gaining damage shield instead of taking corruption damage. I'm not really getting anything done to Seraph, but I'm cleaning out all the floors and taking no pyre damage. Worth noting, there is exponential corruption scaling. I need to stop putting this man in the front. Yeah, next time I give him, oh, we're basically done anyway. He's gaining more than the corruption anyway. Oh, it's so silly. Toss these. Get 2 copies of Benediction. And it's time for someone else to take over the front line position so that I don't have to have that man drop dead. Just ridiculously powerful, it feels like. I feel like, at least in the original Monster Train, it was very feast and famine. It was less about linear scaling and more about finding explosive combos, especially once the DLC happened. This may be the same way, where like, if you set up something strong enough, you basically crush. And if you're struggling, you are really, really on the struggle bus. Certainly, this is not struggling. The quick bird makes this so easy to sort out. Wait, apparently not. That guy lived? I wish I'd been paying attention. How on earth is that possible? Like, the Seraph floor is here, and I kill him with only 44 damage going through. What? Also, I'm pretty sure I can kill him with a lot less than 44 damage going through. Who has the least corruption? Funnily enough, this guy. So we'll end with him in the front. Oh, right. We also have a benediction. Oh, this guy probably... It's fine. There's a million ways to do this. I'm really not overly concerned. Jump him to the front. And yeah, no one takes damage. I have no idea what happened in the previous wage for someone to make through this. Everyone has like multicast 2 to 3 and 2 to 500 damage. What on earth happened there that I messed up to let him through? How much health did he have? Or more likely, how much damage shield and what caused it? I really should read enemy units sometimes. But that'll be the end of the first run on Monster Train. Tell me how you feel about it in the comments. I've really enjoyed playing this game. I love the music. I'm a big fan of the art style. It feels like a much more chilled out version of playing Slay the Spire. The addition of redo and restart buttons make the game so much more casual friendly. I don't have to think nearly as hard to play this, and it's, I don't know, I guess for me it's a really satisfying sweet spot between super hard games in the roguelike genre like Slay the Spire, where you aren't expecting even a 50% win rate at the highest ascension, and just like hits all the right spots in my brain to be really satisfying that Slay the Spire does without being quite so stressful to play. Anyways, apparently for finishing this, we level up, we unlock some more cards, we get Deadly Plunge on future runs, 2 mana consume, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 3x this unit's health and armor. It doesn't actually sound that good, right? Maybe it combos with stuff we haven't seen yet. That's my thought when I see that. We level up again, Imprisoned Zephyr. Friendly units advance on strike. Oh my god. So that is going to be really hard to think about, but that's an insane amount of scaling. We also get the Blood of the Apex, which is a relic. Permanently add +2 attack to a unit's equipment on Slay. That also seems good. And Talos, the alternate champion for this clan. You can now choose to start runs with this champion and their starter card. So alternate champions are a thing in the base game. Nice. Won't be having to wait till DLC to get the 5 new guys this time around. Death Roar is a 3-cost spell. Transfer all Pyrogel on this sword to a unit, then deal 5 times that damage. Which, of course, it has all the Pyrogel, so it's actually more. There's probably some absolutely sick Death Roar Split Anvil strategy. I guess anytime you have Split Anvil, you're looking at an absolutely sick thing there, right? We also have Golden Gloves. Friendly units gain Avarice 2. Love that to bits. I will be clicking that every time I see it. I have no self-control. Couple new personal records. Win streak of 2. And Covenant rank 3 unlocked. Merchant reroll costs are 50% higher, and Purge costs scale 50% faster. Honestly, kinda need them too. It's a little bit too easy to get everything out of your deck right now. Although, admittedly, I am playing the class with Avarice, which, you know, fair. I've also mastered a couple of pretty... Why did I master Void Armament? Do you master a card if you buy it at any point during your run? I don't know how to see the and for more. But, yeah, I removed that from my deck. So that's really cool. If you pick up a card at any point during your run, you get mastery for it. I remember in Monster Train 1 when I was trying to get all golden cards, I went out of my way to, like, if I had a good enough deck that I would win easily, and I had an infinite loop where I had, like, cards to spare, I would be like, okay, cool, I can buy this shit card and get it gold now. It's really nice that you can purge cards from your deck and still get mastery for them. I appreciate that a lot. Oh, that's the highest victory I've achieved. All right, cool. Eventually, that will say, what is it, Covenant 10 on all of them. But for now, we're still learning. And I hope you're enjoying the process of learning with me. But I've had a blast with the game. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I hope you want to see more of it on the channel. And at least for a couple days, I'm going to try to do double uploads of both Bazaar and Monster Train. Anyways, for now, I'm done. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, I completely forgot to do a call to action. That's going to remind you to sub for more daily content like this and to hit the like button because it really helps the channel grow. And even though I forgot to do it, it is actually very important, and I really do appreciate it when you do those things. It really does help the channel out. Anyways, bye for real now.